Welcome back, babies. You got a lot going on, so we're just gonna get to it. You get me how you get me, okay? So, a lot of things are aligning for you right now. You're seeing things more clearly. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on right now, but within the chaos of everything, you're seeing things more clearly. It's almost like when things are tough, how you just like lose your fear. And that's the vibe that's coming across right now. Just allow your energy to flow in that direction. Sometimes it feels like it's easy to doubt. Doubting is contagious. Doubting is something that it's almost safer socially to be cynical than it is to be optimistic. It's safer to be pessimistic than it is to be optimistic. And I get it. There's sometimes where someone is optimistic, but they're delusional. And, look, sometimes when you're delusional, you'll find your way through things. But if you're delusional in a type of way where you're being played or, in order to get to where you're trying to go, everything is just one continuous humiliation ritual that you think is, oh, this is how you manifest. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having dignity. I'm talking about having confidence. I'm talking about being at peace, not being in opposition. Think about it like this. Your energy is going forward, right? The direction is that way. But there are many paths to get there. You want to take the path of least resistance, so you go this way. But you could also go that way too, through a crowd, through somebody else's path. And you can convince yourself through a humiliation ritual, through some unnecessary side quest that, oh, this is how you get to success. And I see that often when I have videos talking about releasing things or talking about not allowing destiny swaps or humiliation rituals. People will say, oh, no, that's how I manifest. Why would you choose the option that is so overwhelming to your physical body, to your confidence, to your, credentials, to all of these things? Why not just choose the path of least resistance? Because it's socially safer to be pessimistic. So sometimes people want to be optimistic in a crowd because they're still seeking and searching for this external validation. I'm going to make it real easy on yourself. You want this? You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly the path you want to take. You know exactly what you need to do in your everyday life to make it easy for yourself. When you have to start taking other people into consideration, especially people that don't matter, what will someone over here think, or this random, or this person I never met yet, but I hope to meet think. No, when you have to take, when there are too many cooks in the kitchen, it's going to be too tough. Go your path. You're going to get there. People are going to tell you that's not going to work because people like to follow the crowd, to what the crowd says. Half the time, the things that the crowd said doesn't even make sense. It makes you go longer for no reason. But just follow your path. You're going to get there quickly. And there's a lot of luck surrounding this. The energy that you're emitting is like you're in your zone. So it is so important that you don't get distracted. Getting distracted means you no longer believe in yourself. You no longer feel confident in the journey. You no longer feel like this path is for you. Look, sometimes when you have a dream that is maybe like, oh, you want to do this thing. You want to be a famous singer. You want to be a famous, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about like the delusional dreams. You want to be a famous actress, or you want to be a famous socialite. You wouldn't call yourself a socialite. You would be like a famous influencer or something like that. Whatever the name is, okay? You want to do that, and people around you will be like, well, that's hard, this and that. And also, when you get there, you're going to realize something. The illusion of these people, it's much bigger than the actual security they have. But it is okay to still go on the journey. You do not have to be embarrassed about your dreams. Maybe your dreams are maybe more traditional. You're like, I always wanted to be a doctor. I always wanted to have my own business. I always wanted to be a person of leisure and travel, whatever. In your pursuit to get there, you're going to realize some hard truths about it, but you should still pursue it. There's something in your soul that needs that. But once you get there, you don't have to act desperate. You don't have to act caught up. You don't have to sell your soul to stay somewhere. You don't have to be broke, to maintain it. Just give yourself that fulfillment. It's going to feel really good the first moment you get there. And then you learn how to navigate. Think about all of these people who start in front of the camera and then they go behind the camera. Maybe they start entire businesses, or they start new things that they realize now that they're at that level that they would have never known had they not had gotten to that level. So you don't have to stay stuck there. You should just give your soul that experience. Just even if it's delusional, just give that experience. Maybe if it has to do with like credentials or studying or learning or even the pursuit of going to school, just go. Regardless of if you finish, just go. Give yourself that feeling of what it felt like to truly dedicate yourself to this thing. You're showing up, you feel good. It gives you so much confidence. It changes things. It opens a new door. That's what people are missing. Go chase it. You're very, very lucky right now, so you don't have to be worried about anything. You don't have to be worried about anything. Just chase it. It is the mind that's going to be limiting you from believing that what that dream is when you were a kid will come to be. Again, the dream as an adult probably is, not as great as how you had imagined it to be as a kid. But you need to feel what it feels to fulfill that, and you don't have to stay there. Like, to become a famous actress, maybe you go and you start to do some local shows and you get some traction, but you realize, okay, this is not the financial stability that I want, but you still need that. You still need to know what it feels like to have your movie premiere or to have your play, open up. Whatever it is, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're this, maybe you're that, whatever kind of creative art person, have your first showcase. Whatever it is, performer, have your first performance. You still need to know what that feels like. Something in your soul unlocks. So many people are living a life unfulfilled and sad and just filled with sorrow because they don't chase their passions. And they say, well, it's unrealistic. Like, yeah, not everyone has to go and be the world's most this. I know that that's what you would hope to do, but just free your soul. Give yourself that. You might notice at a lower level, you'll feel amazing. You'll feel like, wow, this is what I always wanted. And then you can gauge if you want to continue to go forward. It could also be starting a new life, wanting to move somewhere. If you want to move somewhere, first start by traveling there, visiting there. See if you can see a community or a way that you can work there that is feasible to you. It should also make your life better. It should also allow you to be your next person. We are so connected nowadays that no one really is given the space to go and evolve. You're connected to every person that you've ever known since you've grown up. You're connected to every job, every community, and you're seen as something negative by, separating yourself and going to experience something else in the same area or town or city. But if you choose to move somewhere else, if you choose to go somewhere else, allow yourself to reinvent yourself. Try something new. You're going to be a new version of yourself. So there's a lot of worrying that is unnecessary. Yes, you must think about money and think about your community and your support system. But, as much fear as there is in the world, there's a lot of people who want community. There are a lot of good people out there in the world. So you have to believe that you will come into contact with those good people. It is the same thing if you are trying to attract a connection. one that is deep and fulfilling. You gotta be happy. Not fake happy, like truly at peace with your life, just letting it flow, having a good time. Think about all of these shifts that are happening within you. This is not a mistake that you're seeing this. So allow the other stuff to be. Everything is moving out the way. You know this. Because you know this information, you can no longer just walk off and be like, okay, well, I'm going to keep. No. You're being called up to the big leagues. So what are you going to do? Okay. So that's all I have for you this week. Take what you need, leave what you don't. But I hope you take everything because you're aligned right now. I don't want you to lose this opportunity. Okay, bye, babies. Bye, jelly beans, jellyfish, jelly bellies. Bye.